does that sound?
Okay, yeah.
So when did you start playing the euphonium?
When I was 11 years old. So in 6th grade band, I got the choice between baritone or flute. And I picked the baritone because I'm not a girly girl. That was my reasoning for choosing the instrument. So yeah, I've been playing that since I was 11.
And then did your parents, did they play anything, or you just decided?
My mom was like, you should try band. I was like, okay. And that's the first musical instance in my family.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Yeah, what grade did you start?
6th grade.
6th grade, okay.
I didn't give a flying cahoot what people thought of me in 6th grade. I was like, I'm going to do band, and that's what I did. I did band.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah.
For you. So then did you do marching band with it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
That's actually when I left middle school, I actually was going to quit band because I was tired of my band director at the time. I was tired of, I was just bored.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to do this whole band thing anymore. I have better things to do, like Pokemon, right? So my mom convinced me yet again to just be like, just go to a marching band camp, go to one day, and then you can decide. My mom is not from the Midwest, but I went to a marching band camp and loved it. I loved every second of it. You know, the sweating, being yelled at.
A lot of sweating.
Hot sun.
Yeah.
I liked it, so.
I also did marching band I didn't in 9th grade, and then 10th and 11th grade, they reeled me in. And I was like, all right, sure, I did it on the flute. And I always felt bad for the tuba, I guess sousaphone on the marching field. I don't know what tuba is. But, yeah, having the flute marching
must have been very nice.
Was nice. Yeah. Yeah, but then for undergrad, I was like, no, that's enough. I've done that for my life. So let's talk about your boyfriend then.
Okay.
Is he the same boyfriend now?
Oh yeah.
So then when did that start?
It started freshman year of college.
Okay, and did you just meet him at the college, or?
Sort of. So we actually went to rival high schools in South Florida. He's a couple years older than me, so he went to a college down south for a little bit and then decided that he wasn't going to stay in his major. Was like, I'm just going to do music instead. So we auditioned for FSU at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
And our names both start with A. And our professor is not the most handy with technology. So he got an email after his audition when it came to scholarships that said, Dear Abby, you've received such and such amount of money to come to Florida State. Oh. And so he messaged me on Facebook. He's like, you're the only Abby I know. Are you going to Florida State? And I was like, yeah! And the rest is history. We just kind of go with the flow. We've been together for 4 years now. And happy, healthy. And we've talked on and off about it, but nothing that's like, at this date, this is going to happen, and boom, boom, that's what's going on. It's eventually going to happen. It'll happen when it happens. What I'm really lucky about with him is that we've had conversations where it's just like, he knows what he wants to do, and I know what I want to do, and we're going to support each other for however long that is. And eventually we'll come together and live together and be happy or whatever. He's never going to make me choose him over something else that I want to do. Yeah. So we've been long distance for actually the majority of our relationship at this point. But I don't feel like it's really been that much of a hindrance.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
He's very supportive, he's very kind, and I love him very much. So
that's good.
That is important to know.
So Lance LeDuc is the euphonium teacher here at CMU, and he also teaches a lot of the entrepreneurship classes that you've taken those, right?
I'm in one right now.
You're in one right now. You should explain what kind of person he is.
I don't know if one can truly explain what kind of person Lance LeDuc is. He's a really funny guy, but he's really hardworking. So he always tells us, he's like, I take myself way too seriously. I was like, I don't think so at all. Because he's always cracking jokes. He's always trying to make people feel good. He's always trying to get a laugh out of everybody. And it's a really fun time. What I've noticed, though, through having lessons and classes and, like, individual, talks with him is he's not going to take any BS. It's like, you do your work, and we're going to get along. And if you don't do your work, I'm not going to dislike you, I'm not going to hate you, but it's going to show eventually, and it's not going to be my fault. I'll leave it with, like, Lance LeDuc doesn't take any BS. he loves all of his students and everyone he teaches, and he will help out anyone in any way that he can. You gotta put the effort in, though.
Yeah.
He's not just gonna take your hand and pull you through.
Yeah.
You gotta put the work in, too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
He's fantastic. He's the reason I'm here. So, yeah, I really enjoyed spending my time with him and learning with him. So, with him, actually, what brought me to CMU and actually put it on any sort of map for me for grad school was I have a friend who's a former student of his.
Okay.
And he talked to me, and here's a funny story. We were out at a place, and we had all had, like, a beer or two. We were just hanging out, and he starts talking to me. He's like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life, Abby? And I was like, I don't know. I was like end of my sophomore year at this point.
This is a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This was like the first day that I met him, though.
Oh.
He's like, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, I don't know. I want to play my instrument. I know that much. And he was just like, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go to school? Who are you going to learn from? Blah, blah, blah. What are you also going to do besides your phonium? You know that gap between when you graduate and get a job? How are you going to make money? And I was like, I don't know. So he spent the first hour, like, railing on the fact that he was like, he sounds like my mother. Oh my goodness.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
I saw little shameless plug.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you the story of how it got started first. Is that okay?
That's good.
Okay, so it kind of goes along with the stories of Lance LeDuc in the sense of him teaching me more than just how to get better at my instrument. Right. So he sat me down one day and he was like, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, oh. He's like, okay, well, what's something that you want to do while you're here? And I was like, let's make a YouTube channel. Let's do it. That's something, I love watching YouTube videos. I follow a bunch of different creators on the platform. And I really enjoy how they edit stuff, and it's funny, and even though it's just like someone eating frozen dinners, it's a really fun 30-minute experience, like, no joke. It's good.
I love YouTube too.
It's great. So I was like, let's just do something about the euphonium. You know, it's a boring instrument. It can be a boring instrument, and no one knows what the heck it is. So I'm like, let's do something that's going to be funny and entertaining and blah, blah, blah. And so I came up with Goofy Youth. And he told me that day in my lesson, he's like, have you ever made a YouTube video before? No. Okay, well, what are you doing right after your lesson? I've got an hour and a half or a bit of time before I have something else. He's like, okay, you have an hour, go make a video. I was like, I only have an hour. Oh! So I ran around with my phone just around campus, and I had my phone, and I was like, do you know what this instrument is? And they were like, no, I have no idea. Do you want to play it? Sure, I guess. Here you go! And you just hand them the horn, and then they make some pathetic noises on it, and it is the funniest thing. And then I came back, and I used none of those clips in that video. None of them. So I went and redid it, but I learned so much from that hour of just going out and doing it that it just really jump-started what I was going to do.
Yeah.
It really gave me the confidence to be like, all right, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to go do it.
I think that's one of the great things that CMU teachers have taught me is that, like, why are you waiting?
Yeah.
Like, just do it. It doesn't matter if you, like, make a mistake, then you'll know.
Then you'll learn from it. Everyone's going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
I have like, Lance has plugged so many books and so many, like, blogs or whatever. There's people saying, you have to do it now. You're going to make mistakes, but if you wait until you're perfect, someone else is going to swoop in, take that idea, and run with it. Yeah. And it's never going to be perfect. You're never going to be happy with it. So just do it. Yeah, it's great. So Goofy Youth, about the channel itself, is I'm a goofy euphonium player who wants to teach the world a thing or two about what the heck that thing is. That thing being a euphonium. So I have a couple videos out. I've started talking a lot more about just basic, like, musical things. I have a lot more blog posts than I do videos because they're easier to edit. But they're all on my YouTube channel. I have a website, and I can post that somewhere. That'll be fun. Woo! Plug. And then it's just supposed to be a fun time where I make goofy little videos about what I do. Yeah. So, yeah.
How do you balance practicing with making your videos?
It's honestly a really good question. Okay. Sometimes I don't even know how I do it. I made a big change this semester, and I stopped playing video games. Okay. It's a huge part of my life. I really love playing video games, but I stopped. For a bunch of different reasons, but also because I felt like it was just giving too much time to it. So I took the, 3 to 4 hours that I would play a day, which is a lot, which, worked with my practice time and worked with my school time. And I just said, I'm going to do other productive things with that time. Mm-hmm. And that can be making the videos. It can be writing the blog posts. It can be doing research. It can mm-hmm. be reading books. Mm-hmm. It's just something that's going to help my professional life in the YouTube channel side of things mm-hmm. in order to maintain productivity and to get a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's mostly just time management.
Yeah. You mentioned something about work. Mm-hmm. Where do you work?
Oh, I work in the office down here.
Okay.
So if you have a question at Carnegie Mellon and you call the main office phone, I'm probably going to answer it and answer your questions by transferring you to another person.
What do you want to do? What's like your biggest, wildest, like, if I could do anything as a career, like, and get paid for it, what would you be shooting for?
I want to make musicians' lives better in the same way that technology companies make people's lives better. So you have things like Alexa, where it's like, hey Alexa, what is this? And Alexa will be like, beep boop, I'll tell you the answer to that. And then you have things like Spotify, where it's like, wow, this is a really cheap streaming service for all this great music. And then you have things like YouTube, where you just go, wow, this is everything that I'll ever need to know, ever, just here on this platform. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I want to do something that I can sit down at the end of the day and be like, how did what I create make a musician's lives easier? So, take for instance, the Alexa app. If you ask the Alexa app, how many sharps are in a G major scale, she'll be able to answer you now, But imagine you wanted to go further with that. How many modulations are in Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? Oh, I don't know. And then you can go into music theory. Like, it's a whole big deal. But
right,
it's like,
right.
How do I make it easier for musicians to find these things? Because we have music theory textbooks. We have really cruddy music theory websites. Really cruddy just ways to find all of this information. I've always found that as a musician, we're really behind in the tech age.
Yeah.
How do I bring us forward?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to get paid to do.
How do you plan on fitting in playing your instrument? Because from what I've heard so far, it doesn't sound like you want to do the orchestral track. Like, it's not like you're going to take out like a million auditions after this and only want to do that. Like, you want to do other things.
Yeah.
So then, how do you think that you'll still be able to play?
For fun.
For fun?
I wrote a post a while ago where it's like, people get so stressed out about practicing all the time. Like, I need to practice this many hours a day. I need to do this, and this, and I need to get better all the time. And I'm like, that's fantastic. That is a fantastic work ethic. You can mentally handle just stressing out about that every single day of your life. Good on you. There are fantastic musicians out there who do 6 or 7 hours of incredibly intense practice every day. I can't do that. I have so many other things I want to do with my day. Mm-hmm. So when it comes down to me playing, I'm like, let's just have fun with it. Mm-hmm. And if you get good at it, that's fantastic. But, it's not always about making sure that you're the best in the world.
Yeah.
Even though that's always the end goal far in the distance. Oh, look at the stars. Shoot for the moon kind of deal.
Yeah.
But have fun with it.
Yeah.
I know plenty of musicians who aren't the best at their instruments have the most fun with it because they make what they want out of it.
Right. Right.
So, can I go out with like a little saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Always play just to play. You don't have to always focus on getting better. Just have fun with what you do, be passionate about it, and just go out and do it. Don't let anything stop you. That's a wrap! All right.
Okay.